Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. As everybody is aware by now, we got some fantastic news the other day. The SEC's request for interlocutory appeal, which just means expedited appeal, was denied by Judge Torres in the SEC v. Ripple case. Absolutely fantastic. And she took the opportunity to smack them down while further expanding upon her ideas and solidifying the future of XRP, helping to ensure the long-term viability of XRP. And she also absolutely destroyed the narrative that Ripple just dumped on you, which you hear from the Bitcoin maxi types out there, which is complete and utter garbage. I've been smacking that down, swatting it away for close to 6 years at this point. But the judge did it for us now, and it's just delightful to see. And I also want to share with you, as I'll do towards the beginning part of the video here, a couple XRP haters who maybe had some perspective that didn't quite pan out as it pertains to the legal aspect of XRP. In fact, one of the guys is famously known within the XRP community for having worn a shirt that said XRP the security, which is a play on XRP the standard. So they had hashtag XRP on a shirt, XRP the security, just trying to make fun of all of us. That didn't work out so well for him. Well, I've got a picture of him with an XRP is not a security shirt. Because he encountered a Ripple employee. Just happened to have happened. And I kid you not, this seems like unbelievable. I never would have guessed it would actually happen, but it made me laugh. I did a laugh out loud, so I'll share that with you. And there's some other stuff. Also, Sam Bankman-Fried. Oh, I got to talk a little bit about this too. So yesterday, the trial began. And I'll just tell you this at the outset of the video. I'll give you some of the highlights of it. It'll be towards the later part of the video. But Sam Bankman-Fried, it seems like once convicted, which to me seems like an inevitability, on the low end, seems like he'd probably get at least 30 years, but very potentially much, 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 much more. Now, nothing's guaranteed, but I want to share with you what was stated and why I'm sharing this with you. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, all up in this bitch, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Damn it. And if you don't like it, well, you can just get out. Here's a post from Matt Hamilton, and if you can look at your screen, do so. But not if you're driving. If you are driving, keep your hands on the wheel at 10 and 2, motorist. Yes, lest you become crashed into some water or a tree. You don't want to wrap your car around a tree, right? That would make for a bad day. But if you can look, or just come back to the video later. Here we have Kyle Samani. This guy hates him some XRP. And he was just openly mocking the entire community and every XRP holder, anybody that's pro XRP, by wearing, after the SEC began attacking Ripple and as a result attacking all XRP holders, destroying lives. He thought it was a good time to do some laughs. Here he is wearing the shirt. It's just a Ripple shirt, hashtag XRP the security. And so this has been famously circulated. I'm assuming that many of you, if not most of you, have already seen this shirt, him wearing the shirt at some point in time. But check this out. Former Ripple employee Matt Hamilton ended up running into the guy. Now, mind you, Matt Hamilton was at the proper party in which some swag was given out, including t-shirts, including XRP is not a security t-shirts. So Matt Hamilton ran into Kyle Samani, the XRP hater, and Matt Hamilton wrote how it started and how it's going. So how it started is the picture on the left. How it's going is this picture, which I'll make full screen right now. Here's Kyle Samani with the XRP is not a security shirt. And then Matt Hamilton wrote, great to meet Kyle Samani today at hashtag file Las Vegas. FIL Vegas is the hashtag. I happened to have a t-shirt from Ripple's proper party last week. I thought he should have. So apparently he ran into Kyle Samani, a famous XRP hater, and gave it an XRP is not a security shirt. Looks like that one would fit a little bit better. I hope that he wears it. I would love to see a picture of him actually wearing it, but either way, there it is right there. But that's not the only thing that, XRP haters have done and or stated that just, a little bit of hindsight here, maybe didn't work out so well for him. Take a look at this one. Here's a headline from May 9th of this year. Weblog founder says XRP is obviously a security. And I don't need to read the article, but they're talking about at Jason here. with 752,000 followers. This is the guy they're talking about, the Weblog founder. And he shared this article from May 8th, and he posted this on May 8th of this year also. Ripple will have spent $200 million fighting SEC lawsuit, CEO says. Now, Jason shared that and wrote, XRP is obviously a security. It would have cost little for the Ripple team to have registered it as a security and played by the rules, like everyone else in the industry does all day long. There you go. Just like Gary Gensler says, come in and register. Just come in and register. Like Bitcoin did. Bitcoin's registered with the SEC, right? And ETH's registered with the SEC. And all the other top 10. Everybody registers. Why didn't you do it, Ripple? Why didn't you Ripple your or register your XRP? Completely laughable. And some people are just so traveled and so biased. They have silly-ass opinions like this one is what it is. Now, the next day, on May 9th, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse responded to that post, and he didn't mince words. Brad wrote the following. Remind me when you learn securities law? This is embarrassing for you and hilariously wrong, as there is no framework to register digital assets in the US. But we're all used to you making controversial statements and trolling about things you know nothing about. And I remember that from back then. But yeah, so not mincing words. And so obviously this didn't age so well, did it? Which led to me reposting it, which I did just the other day. And I wrote, aged like a fine milk, in all capital letters, because my caps lock broke. Take a look at this. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Duncan, at Duncan with a bunch of numbers. It's on your screen right there. Thank you very much, Duncan, for tagging me here. Shared a post from an XRP community member named Lady K, who wrote, this is my favorite line in the order, highlighted for all the, quote, Ripple just dumps on you every month, end quote. Yeah, and so I've been pushing back this bogus nonsense for the longest damn time. Because look, Ripple puts out monthly XRP reports, which they don't have to do. They're just the most transparent company in all of crypto and blockchain. They just are, and they choose to be, and that's, a model for success. That's, they're being the leader in that sense, and people should follow that lead. But it's been very clear, based on their reports, which are not disputed, that it's less than 1% of global transactions come from Ripple. And so whether those transactions existed or didn't, look over the span of a quarter, it's not going to put even a tiny dent in the global price of XRP. And so here you have Judge Torres arguing the following in part. And I don't need to read the whole thing on your screen, but it's point number 2 here. This is what Judge Torres wrote. Ripple's programmatic sales represented less than 1% of the global XRP trading volume. Well, how about that? I've been saying it for years on end, but now you don't have to listen to Moon Lambo here. You got Judge Torres, damn it. Listen to the judge. It's just glorious to see. Oh, this hindsight stuff is just a blasty blast as far as I'm concerned. Now let's talk about that D-bag, that cucumber-loving son of a bitch, Scam Bankman Fraud. Here's a headline from Scam Bankman Fraud. It's a Bloomberg headline. I'll read it the right way. Scam Bankman Fraud trials opening statements. Well, I said I'd read it the right way. Here are the key takeaways from the opening statements in Sam Bankman-Fried's trial over the collapse of FTX on Wednesday. And by the way, so we're hours away from having another update. And I'm curious as to what's going to happen today, but we're going to have a conclusion in this soon. It's estimated that this case is going to be over within the next 4 to 6 weeks. So it should go much quicker than what we had experience with the SEC v. Ripple case, for example. But here are the bullet points. Prosecutors leaned heavily into their allegations that Bankman-Fried knowingly committed fraud and deceived customers about the safety of their funds, taking billions of dollars from thousands of victims. They claimed that Bankman-Fried took money whenever he wanted in order to fund a lavish lifestyle that included hangouts with celebrities and massive luxury real estate purchases. He had wealth, he had power, he had influence, but all of it was built on lies, Assistant U.S. Attorney Nathan Rain said. The prosecution also emphasized the amount of evidence they have at hand, pointing to the planned testimony of Bankman-Fried's ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, who was the CEO of Alameda Research. They noted that Bankman-Fried's own words will be used against him as well, mentioning tweets he tried to delete in congressional testimony that they say is false. Bankman-Fried's defense team played up the volatility of the crypto market and how it could quickly overwhelm growing companies like FTX. His lawyer, Mark Cohen, said that Bankman-Fried encountered a perfect storm as lenders recalled loans to Alameda during the steep crypto market downturn last year. Folks, I am so glad that I am not Mark Cohen. I'm so glad I am not Scam Bankman-Fraud's attorney right now. Because he's bemoaning the fact that lenders called in loans as a result of tumultuous times in crypto. Well, you know what? If all of the freaking assets were there because you didn't steal them, Scam Bankman-Fraud, it wouldn't have been a problem. When there was a bank run on your exchange, the bank run still would have happened, potentially. Well, maybe it would, right? But you know what wouldn't have happened? You wouldn't have had people that couldn't withdraw funds because it would have been there. You illegally took that. So again, I am so thankful. Like, the life of Mark Cohen, my God. I can't imagine trying to defend this. Next bullet point. Cohen pinned blame on Ellison, noting that Bankman-Fried advised her to hedge Alameda's crypto bets, but that she didn't listen. He said that Bankman-Fried followed business practices that would have been considered reasonable at the time, and that this was a hindsight case. He said Bankman-Fried did not intend to harm anyone. However, Cohen did acknowledge that Alameda had certain privileges in its relationship with FTX, even though both Bankman-Fried and Ellison previously stated that the two companies were completely separate and that Alameda did not get special treatment. He said that the computer code that prosecutors say allowed Alameda to withdraw as much FTX customer money as it wanted was simply put in to allow the firm to function properly. Oh, okay. It's one of those things, like, you go ahead, give it your best college try out there, Mark Cohen and Sam Bankman-Fried's legal team. Go ahead, just give it a whirl. I don't think it's going to go well for him. And I think that Scam Bankman-Fraud is likely to be in jail for decades and perhaps the rest of his life. In fact, to that point, here's a post from CoffeeZilla with 562,700 followers on X and over 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Self-described internet detective exposing scams. And so he's self-described journalist also. He wrote, "No plea for Sam. Light sentence 30 years." And he's referencing this post from Andrew at AP_abacus, who wrote in part, Department of Justice source earlier today said the following, quote, "A light sentence would be 30 years. A reminder that Madoff got 150 years," end quote. And so, folks, I'm optimistic that justice shall be done. And I hope we're not disappointed in terms of the length of the sentence. But it seems like a virtual certainty. Yes, he's going to be sentenced. He's going to be found guilty. That's what I suspect is most likely to happen. I think justice is probably going to be done. And hopefully be at least a few decades. But with any luck, it'll be much higher. He destroyed people's lives to the tune of billions of dollars. He's fighting against it. He's not repentant. He's not remorseful. He doesn't give a damn. He feels no feels about it. And that's because he's a terrible person. So I have no sympathy for this guy. I will not be shedding a single tear if he's behind bars for the rest of his life. Let's hope that happens. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.